This is a weakening question. The conclusion is that if the oil companies could sell their oil in the international market, they could make $2 more per barrel minus any extra cost. The missing link is between the government setting oil prices to $2 per barrel below the international market rate and the conclusion that if oil companies sell their oil internationally, they would make $2 more per barrel minus any extra costs. Our broad expectation from the correct answer choice is that it should weaken this conclusion. Answer choice A. The argument is concerned with whether oil companies can make $2 more per barrel if they sell their oil in the international market. So basically the argument is concerned with the selling price, whereas this answer choice talks about the spend on production. That means this answer choice talks about the production cost. So this answer choice is just additional information and has no bearing on the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice B. This answer choice says that occasionally the price of a barrel of oil in the international market dips below the average cost of producing a barrel of oil in this particular country. So basically this answer choice says that occasionally the international price is below the production cost. If this is so, it indicates that if oil companies start selling their oil in the international market, they may have some loss occasionally. However, the argument also mentions that the government sets the oil prices to $2 per barrel below the international market rate. If this is so, then it indicates that if these companies sell the oil domestically, they are going to have further loss because the domestic prices are even lower than the international market prices. So even in that case, the oil companies that are selling internationally would be making $2 more per barrel than if they were selling domestically. So this way, this answer choice strengthens rather than weakens the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice C. This answer choice says that the expenses related to the transportation and administration of selling oil outside this country, these expenses are almost $2 per barrel. However, the argument mentions that the oil companies that are selling in the international market would be making more, that is $2 more per barrel, minus any extra cost. So these costs, which amount to $2, these costs are already considered in the argument, and this difference of $2 is the difference on top of these expenses. In other words, the effect of this answer choice is already considered in the argument. So this answer choice simply adds information and does not weaken the conclusion. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice D. The argument is concerned with oil companies in this country selling their oil in the international market. Now, whether the nations, that means the country's neighbors, whether they import oil or whether the oil is imported by other countries, this piece of information is just additional information and has no bearing on the argument. So let's eliminate this answer choice. Answer choice E. This answer choice says that if a substantial portion of this country's oil production was sold in the international market, it would lower the price of oil in the international market. If this is so, it indicates that the additional gain of $2 more per barrel, this gain will be reduced. And in that scenario, the conclusion is weakened. E is the correct answer choice.